Hey everybody, it's the Walker. So what are we doing this morning? Well, it's kind of a brisk morning, and this might be a good time to talk about my hot tenting winter loadout. And here's the loadout. Let's get the heat on and we'll talk about it. One thing I like to do is set up a wood processing station. There are my edge tools. This stuff right here I just broke up with my hands. That stuff I can't break up with my hands and feet. So we're going to use the edge tools for that. Now it's, I would say it's 28 degrees. Sun's coming up. No wind. Conditions like this, I'll process wood first. Cracking cold, we'd set up the shelter first. Now I like to set up my processing station when I'm working it in a way where I can saw and be comfortable. Here are the edge tools. A hatchet. Believe it or not, save weight, I can actually leave this hatchet at home, and I've done it before. But it's a good tool to have if you can afford the weight. This is a baton, a batten. I'm use this for a lot of things. We'll use this for splitting wood. We're going to use this to drive in the tent stakes. If you use your hatchet to drive in tent stakes, leave the muzzle on. In fact, I leave muzzles on edge tools when not in use. I'm using the knife. I'm using the saw. This is just a little folding buck saw. This is the Enzo Trapper. It's a longer bladed model, stainless steel, and the reason why I like it, thick too. A lot of times I get it's sloshing, slushy type wet, and I don't have to worry about this as much. Although, if you're good with your carbon steel, you can deal with that in wet conditions as well. I tend to like to keep my gloves on when doing this. You lose some dexterity, but you know, a saw can cut you as easily as a knife. I'll avoid sawing through knots. It's just why I make extra work for myself. Be good for something in a minute, this piece right here. Oh, that's right there. Now sometimes, here's another good tool, the baton, batten. Split some of this up. First thing, edge tool away. I can do a couple ways. Little pieces like this if I want to. That's right, I'm going to use a knife. Always be aware where the blade is, where your hand is. And I'm using this how to split it up. Whoop. Generally, I don't like to make more work than I have to. Split wood will burn better, but, you know, the piece has got a little bit of a knot in it. Let's try this. See, it stopped right at the knot. I'm not going to fight this. There's no point in fighting that. This is right here. Now, always be careful. Don't be hitting anything and ever swinging and holding anything. Then we take our wooden club. There we go. Easy split, easy job. Shelter setup. I'll show you the bedroll component of the loadout. Got the sleeping bag, short down mat, a little pillow, and Tyvek ground pad. Those are the stuff sacks that originally went with the shelter. And of course that extra wide ridge rest. We're all ready to go. Let me show you some of this kit. Let's turn the heat on. That's a lot nicer in here. Now keep in mind this is not an ultralight kit. The stuff in here I can add to it and I can subtract from it. I can also replace some things with more ultralight options. This is just a kit I pack up in the beginning of the season, so I have everything ready to go if I need to just go at a moment's notice on an outing, or if I should have to bug out and it's extremely cold out. At least I have this kit I know I can set up anywhere and I can be perfectly warm and comfortable. So let's show you what I got. The usual fire kit, nothing special. Matches, lighters, match holder, tinder. We've got cotton balls of Vaseline. Will light my fire. It's just your typical fire kit. One thing I like to do though, when I go away from camp, I'll take one of these lighters with me, or the ferro rod. I don't like leaving camp without a way to start a fire, but here's the kit. Platy bag, this is for the dirty water. Snozzle bag. This bag can help me fill the inflatable insulated air pad, and it also can act as a stuff sack, waterproof. We've got 2 trash bags, one big, one small. I've got some tablets. I either boil water or I use tablets. I don't use filters because when it drops below freezing, you can crack the elements on them and ruin them. Bandana. Reading. This is the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Little reading because it gets dark early and you gotta do something. Empty bag that probably held some kind of a tool that's being used right now. Maybe one of the edge tools. We have here eating utensils. Spatula. I usually use this. I carry an extra one because they don't weigh anything. And if it's a group camping situation, there's always somebody who doesn't have a spoon or something like that. Duct tape, little first aid kit, a little bit of cordage, and a Swiss Army knife. That's the hiker. And I have an extra little sack in case I need to put something in it when I'm organizing stuff in camp. this here, this is what I put in the top part of my pack. Hold on, I gotta feed a little wood. A little bit of wood's gotta go into the stove. There we go. That's better. Okay. I put this in the top part of my pack where I don't like opening my pack and having to go through it to get certain items. This is toilet paper, actually tissues, and a little bit of hand sanitizer. I just keep refilling these, that's all. So if I have to go to the bathroom, I don't want to like root through my entire pack to do it. A little first aid kit with just the basics. Also an extra set of water tabs here. Again, if I find water, I'm on the move, I'll just use these two rather than going through all my pack to get stuff. And just your basic first aid kit that's just easier to get to. You know, it's stuff that I can just easily fast access. Again, first aid kit, that's something I want to like root through the whole pack for if I'm on the move. So just your basic cuts, scrapes, stuff like that. That's just for headlamp. This is it's kind of a good one. This is the one I have in here right now is the HP12. It's like a bomb-proof headlamp. Take CR123s or 18650. I don't want to have to go, since it gets dark early, sometimes I'll be moving and I don't want to have to go through my entire pack just to get to my headlamp and it's getting dark. Mess kit. Titanium little fry pan thing. I mean, you know, it's not cast iron, but it's lightweight. Speaking of things for water, let me get the water covered real soon. I have insulated stuff. So the water will go into insulated containers. Sometimes I'll take a poncho. In fact, I take this with me everywhere. It'll double, if I keep a lot of my gear outside in the pack, I can cover the gear up with the poncho and save space in my small shelter. And plus it's got a million other uses. This one right here is for actually my shelter options. This was the stuff sacks. These are stuff sacks, the various things I took out. Always put your stuff sacks back in a stuff sack or else you can't find them. Tent stakes, we have them, we've already deployed them. Cordage. Here's something I like to do. I like to take this webbing. The reason is, watch this. Now I have a piece of webbing. It all separates. I can just throw it in like a hurry, and it basically all comes apart like really quick. See, I just got another piece out of it. Unlike paracord, I got some paracord too. I can just put all this in a big bundle, and almost always it just comes apart. So if, you know, if I'm in a hurry to pack up camp, I just shove it in the bag and I can just dump it on the ground and I'll get it'll all come apart for me. And it's very, very strong. This is a little bivvy. DWR top, and it's I think Mountain Laurel Designs made this for me. It's custom made. So what I do with this is if I have really bad weather, oh, if I gotta feed the wood stove real quick here. If I have really bad weather and I have condensation inside that tent where you get conditions where sleet and stuff like that, I could put my sleeping bag into this and I'm less likely to get condensation on my bag. Very, very lightweight. Anything else in here? We emptied it. Let's go on to the next thing. All right. Okay, here we got the little, this is my power stuff. I got extra batteries and this Olight charger. It's great. I can charge pretty much any rechargeable battery with it. So that's kind of a nice item. This is mostly for camera batteries though, but the Olight charger will do my regular stuff I'm carrying. More cables, things like that. That one's for my phone. To charge various things. Nicore F2 can not only charge my cell phone, my other things. I use this a lot. Same thing with the Nicore F1. I can also use it to recharge my flashlight instantly by popping the battery in the flashlight. Everything I have with me today is taking 18650 or CR123s. CR123s in a bomb-proof Surefire container. There's 6 of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count. Extra engine for my flashlight too. I got a couple, and I have a couple lanyards here as well. So that's the. Here's a lanyard. It has a little clip on it. That's to hold my lantern. Lantern also takes either CR123s or lithium ion. I think it takes 18650 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 18650 batteries. In extreme cold, gets down well below 0. These become problematic, but for now they're okay. Keep them in my sleeve bag, keep them in my jacket. But there they are. I think they're coming out with a cold weather one. I'm gonna test it out. Here is a. There we are. It's a Surefire G2 with Malkoff M61NLL. What I do is I keep this behind my sleeping bag, so it's not the brightest in the world, but it always works. It's nice, it's warm because it's plastic, and also I can use the Surefire pistol technique if somebody comes breaking in. But most likely I'm gonna be looking for my chapstick again. I'm not gonna really go into clothing because it's everybody has a different environment. This is actually part of my sleep system. Loose fitting, synthetic socks. I think these are Wyoming Geek. Why is it? I can't read that, but it doesn't matter. They're really comfortable. And this is a they call it Bavaco hood or something like that. The main thing is I can put it totally around my head, my neck, and just have my nose sticking out there. So it's part of my sleep system. Always have nice dry socks and nice dry, warm, comfortable thing around your face. Put a little more wood in the stove. Everybody's already seen the club. We made that here. Awesome tool. The cutting tools, we've been through those. We've already discussed that, and we've already used them for things. I do really like this knife though. Feels great in the hand. Toiletries. Little puffy thing, little shimmy or something like that. Toilet paper. The Thai crystal stone. This is an awesome item. I did a video on it. It's great. And shampoo, dental stuff, toothpaste, toothbrush, floss. And of course the chapstick. This is the coin of the realm during wintertime. And some Gold Bomb powder. Anything else in here? Yeah, I don't know. It's good enough. I've already showed you the stove that's running. We'll go more into the camp in a minute. Here is a little red thing. I'd like to put my wallet and keys in here. This way, and then I leave them in there. That's the end of that. I won't open this again until I get to the vehicle. Cell phone. There's always a little. I always take this little case with the cell phone, so it can't. And it's also in a good OtterBox case, so water won't hurt it. Drop won't hurt it. It's all good. That was the original stuff stack for the stove. All right, let's let me show you around my camp. I'll show you how everything's set up. For the sleep system, my sleeping bag is a down V bag inside of a USGI overbag. The ground pad is a short length. It's a down mat, good down to like, gosh, -10 or 15. And there is the pillow. Keep a gun, a flashlight, and a little spray. Put that over here. Right where I can reach it at night. There's no real bears out when the winter comes. So mostly for less than lethal option, more lethal option against people or whatever, but there it is. That's going good. I think we should cook something. Now keep in mind one thing. This pad right here, I will put this pad under the short pad. It's one reason why I've chosen the wide pad over the standard ridge rest length. This way if my arms go off the pad, go off the short pad, they'll be on this pad. So short length pad with ridge rest. And if for some reason the air pad should fail me, I have this. Insulation from the ground is real important. And any of these air things, I'm not inflating them too much. You know, I leave them a little soft. I don't inflate them super rigid and put them in here. The reason being, one, it's more comfortable for me, but two, it can get crazy hot in here. And that's the air inside those things expand, and I'm afraid if I put it in super pumped up, it'll just blow up on me or something. I don't know, but I don't risk it. So, and I keep anything holding air away from the wood stove, far away as possible. Let's cook some bacon. The most important job of any knife, at least in this camp, is the cutting of the sacred bacon. Can't reiterate how important this task is. Oh, we dropped some sacred bacon on the stove. That's a major faux pas. Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. As the bacon cooks, a few things about my rig. It's just a Seek Outside, I think SXL stove. I also have a little day pack with me. If I leave camp, some of that gear is going in this day pack. It hooks up to a larger hose pack. I have more ultralight options than this, but I always try to fulfill that role of having a little day pack that if I leave camp, I can bring with me. The pegs, these are, I think, titanium pegs. I love when the stove burns clear like that. It's perfect. These are these thin aluminum poles. Poles, pegs, which we restake you good. There we are. Easton aluminum pegs. They're tubular aluminum. I forgot who, Vertigo? I don't know the name of the company. Begins with a V though, probably everybody knows. They're the ones that make the titanium pegs. Oh, it's nice. It's warm in here, and it smells like bacon. Doesn't get any better than that. MSR Titanium, Snow Peak, GSI, Nalgene, Platy. Just in case I didn't name anything. We're going to keep cooking this. This is great. We're going to take the bold step of putting eggs in the bacon grease. Looks done to me. Let's give it a try. Looks good. Of course it tastes good. So that's some of the delicious bacon. The real pro to a winter camping, hot tenting loadout, unlike your regular loadout, is one, you know, if you're out in the woods, it's cold, the hot tenting system will give you a complete reset. You wake up, crank that stove, and you feel absolutely refreshed. I mean, everything's, you're dry, you're warm, it's great. Downside, of course, it takes a long time to set up and it takes a long time to take down compared to like just throwing a baby on the ground, and it's a little bit more weight. But man, and one other thing too, it's the ultimate bug out vehicle. I mean, you grab the pack and you can go anywhere and you've got yourself basically a warm house. You know, you can do your 72 hours or however long it takes living large. All right, so if you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. You all have a great day. I'm gonna finish my eggs and bacon.